What kind of activities are there?
All sorts. Let's see, and it
Mm.
depends on which area we're talking about. When we're talking about the Monteverde area, um, hiking, obviously that is a big thing. Hiking is, I mean, can be involved in just going to check out town too, because we are in the mountains,
Yeah.
and hills are implied. But there's also, hiking in the cloud forest, which is
Mhm.
pretty incredible, and horseback tours, or like I've said, zip line. There's a hummingbird garden, and there are the suspension bridges that
Mhm.
are also available at the zipline location. And
Mhm.
just because you go to the zipline location doesn't mean you have to go there for that. You can just go to experience the hummingbird gardens, and which is, it's just so amazing to just see
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
hummingbirds just flying up everywhere. And once in a while they make an appearance at the hotel here too, so that is super cool. um, there are there are coffee tours.
Mhm.
There's like a brewery type tour that I need to go check out and learn more about too. There are art shops all around here. There's so much cool art. um, just a lot of activities. And then I know that a crowd favorite has been the orchid garden. And I think,
Yeah.
Beth, you went on
Yeah.
that when you were here. What did you
It
think of
was
that?
just so cool to go and see the orchid garden because there's so many varieties of different orchids, and you walk through. It's a guided tour. It's not long at all, but in that short period of time you get to see so many different kinds of orchid. I didn't realize how many different kinds there were. And one of my favorites while I was there was called the bacon orchid, and it literally, the petal of the orchid looks like a bacon strip. And it was just amazing to see this beautiful flower that looked like something that we all love to eat. So I would highly, highly recommend that. And I went on a zip lining adventure, and that was, oh, so cool to go up. And I've done zip lining before, but this was really cool to be up above the cloud forest and to do the zip lining down. The last one was about a mile long, and just to watch the cloud forest below you and be suspended that high up was just an amazing feeling, that you feel very free and very also a little bit scary, but it was just your insides. Mine was doing a couple, turns, but at the end of it, it was just so inspiring. And then there's the part of that zip lining. It's I know Julie's talked a lot about it in the past, and this is where I learned about it, was the Tarzan swing. And oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so cool. Like, you go up there and you're looking down at that ledge and you're about to jump off, and you swing like Tarzan, and just swinging was just so cool. So,
Yeah, I'll tell you my story on that is the first time I went to do that, I changed my mind, and I had the guide. I was at the top of the tower with the guide, and I'm all, hooked in, ready to go. And I'm just like, nope, nope, nope. And the guide is whispering in my ear going, "You are a butterfly. You can fly." And I'm like, "No, no, I'm not." And I went back down, walked back down the tower, and then I did the last zip line into the into the end. But when I went back a few years, maybe it's been 4 or 5 years now,
mhm.
and I was like, I'm doing it. and I climbed up there and I was scared out of my friggin' mind. Now I'm totally afraid of heights and I totally have a fear of falling, but I was determined I was going to do it. I just was doing the zip line, like I can do this. There's no reason why I can't do this. I went and I could feel I had so much adrenaline pumping through my body as I was swinging. The swinging was awesome, but I also had so much adrenaline that every part of my body was just shaking. And then I got down from there, and I just, because you can linger and just watch people do it. Whereas when you're doing the zip lining, you need to keep going because you're traveling as a pack, and you have the guides helping you with that. So I lingered there. And I kept watching everyone go. And I'm like, I'm here. I'm going to do this again. And I went up there and I did it a second time. So it was awesome. So that's definitely my favorite part of that whole tour. And I got to say that the horseback tours, horseback riding isn't necessarily my thing, but anytime I've been on a tour here, the views are just, nothing compares. Now you can do, now let's talk about Samara. You can do a horseback tour on the beach and in some forest when we're in Samara. But to me, the views up in the mountains, the views here are incredible. And so I'd say do the zip line in Monteverde because it's above the forest and it's just stunning. And then the same thing with the horseback tour is if that's something that you would like to do, then I would say, you can't go wrong either way, but figure that out. Yeah. So then in terms of activities in Samara, I know a popular one is taking surfing lessons. There are a lot of surfers in that area. And so it's apparently I've never done it, but apparently it's a great place for surfing. You can also do the paddle boarding, snorkeling. You can paddleboard out to a little island and then do some snorkeling around there. The horseback tour, there's, it's a cute little town and there's, stores to hop in and out of and, restaurants to just go grab a drink at or a snack at. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites is going to get, at the natural market, going to get a fresh juice, like with beet and carrots and that's like my favorite juice, but just going into that store is a great time. There's a tap room there that they have a bunch of different Costa Rican beers, craft beers, and that's pretty cool. I like trying new beers, and that's something I enjoy doing, and so that's an option for people. What do you think? What other activities?
So my favorite part of Samara was waking up really early and walking down to the beach, which is only about a 5-minute walk, and watching the sunrise. And it's just spectacular to see it, come up over the beach and the ocean. And then my kind of ritual was to walk back to the hotel and then stop off at the little coffee shop and get a pastry and just sort of take in that early morning, quietness and just really reflect on what the day is going to be like and what I kind of wanted to accomplish and kind of the things that I wanted to do, and also to reflect on the day before. So that was my kind of favorite thing about Samara. So anybody that's wanting to see a beautiful sunrise, feel free to join me. It's just a beautiful walk on the beach. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
and now that you say that, just walking that beach really
Mhm.
early in the day
Yeah.
is one of my favorite things too. Just, walking up and down, it's it's just a beautiful small little beach that it's such a great. And I mean, that's the thing about both areas, both Monteverde and Samara. Both areas are just fantastic areas that have this really chill, relaxed, safe, comfortable, welcoming kind of environment.
Mhm.
And that goes into that beach area in Samara,
Yeah.
definitely. So
And what I
yeah.
like about that too, Julie, is when you're walking back from the beach. So, it's early in the morning, but as you're walking back, you see all the store, sort of popping up and opening up their, setting up their shop for the day, and
Mhm.
just seeing the town kind of wake up and come alive for that day is just, it's a lot of fun. Just
Mhm.
amazing to see. So, and be a part of that.
Yeah, that's something I always enjoy too, seeing um, that morning activity. Like
Mhm.
everything is just coming alive for the day.
Yeah. Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's not even like an activity. That is just like being present kind of thing, and
Mhm.
that you can step into that mindfulness at any point, and turn it into an activity, whether it's just the people watching or whatever it is.
Yeah.